I'm here mostly awake and ready to probably mess up this content. Wait, did I remember my mate cookie? Close enough, let's just go. Welcome to the channel, everybody. I'm K'nekotein Khpein. Today, we're tackling Dawntrail Role Quest Finale. Dressed up as Dark Knight Cecil from Final Fantasy IV. Equipped with this great Shin Zantetsuken. Let's roll this digital footage. Previously in Dawntrail Role Quests. This whole mess, this quest called Uncouth Customers, is the unsettling chime that begins a new chapter of duty. Back in Baron, my own duties often revolved around secret orders and matters of the crystal, but here, it's about a band of eccentric rogues. A collective calling themselves the Passage of the Unbound dared to gather at a local tavern, openly plotting their wickedness. They were overheard, brazenly boasting of their plan to steal sacred, beast-infused treasures called Tiral Vidral from across Tiral, intending to spirit them away to Eorzea and beyond to sow chaos. See for yourself.
Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm B.R. Ruckevu, proprietor of FFXIV. As you know, my establishment is open to anyone. People hailing from across Tiral and sometimes further come here to whet their appetite and slake their thirst. Given how we turn no one away, it's inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into my motley patrons, and therein lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago. Sitting just over there, in fact, and having a conversation most foul.
I thank you all for coming here, so far from your respective homes.
As this is the first time we have all gathered in one place, perhaps formal introductions are in order. I am.
Welcome, welcome. What do you be having?
Ahem, could we have a moment, please? We are in the middle of something very important. Now then, where was I?
Oh yes, I am Apyaahi. If you are sitting here now, it is because I have personally invited you to the passage of the Unbound, my secretive, villainous order, with ambitions to sow discord throughout the world.
HMPH, villains do not often call themselves such. Nor do sacred orders have their meetings in places where all eyes can see.
What do you know? Your snide remarks only ruin my carefully constructed atmosphere. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand that words are everything. But I digress. I invited you all here for one reason: to throw the world into a mire of chaos and then watch its nations crumble. What else would we call ourselves if not villainous?
My only interest is to punish all who have dared to mock and belittle me. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. The rich, the powerful, the mighty all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire.
A grand design for a group of 6. Even if we manage to muster others to our side, there's a limit to what we can accomplish.
I regret to say you are right. At present, we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. And in so doing, we shall become unbound. Like the birds soaring up above, we shall take flight and spread our wicked wings, staining the azure skies black. But sometimes skies become treacherous with clouds, and even birds must rest.
You speak of finding strength. Is that why we are here? To look for it? If so, then I pledge my aid. With newfound might at my beck and call, I shall win adoration known only by a hero.
Your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Tyrell. Across this continent can be found certain artifacts which possess untold power.
Did you say artifacts? Oh ho ho, I sense an adventurous hunt for instruments of devious devilry ahead. Haha, my imagination is overflowing with images of the new forms my trickery might take. I dare say the world is not ready.
Yes, well, to get to the heart of the matter, the objects are held by the disparate tribes, which make their homes in the Tyrali continent, where they have been passed down through generations. as sacred treasures. Whatever stories these people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Each contain the essence of fearsome beasts called Tiral Vidral. And with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us. We shall take the objects for ourselves, bring them across the sea, and use them to undermine nations far and wide. The means by which you each choose to do so, I leave in your hands. I only ask that you do not disappoint. I take it there are no questions. Then let the passage of the Unbound open unto the world. We begin at once.
They didn't order a single thing.
That's the long and short of it. What do you think? It's right there in their name. They're unbound by manners and respect and won't be welcome back here anytime soon. You, on the other hand, can stay as long as you like. Of course, we had a duty to report what we heard to the Lands God. We did, but it didn't make a damn difference because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth. Not long ago, one individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then another came with the same story. Then another, and so on. By the time we realized the passage of the Unbound was a real threat, they had won and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains. Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost, but being in strange lands, they are at a disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of Asia and beyond. Now, I know you've business in Tiral, or else you wouldn't be here in the first place. But if you could take the time to hear Aural Majan out, you'd be doing a service to many who could really use a helping hand. I know you're a busy woman. Rest assured, once this passage of the Unbound business is dealt with, there'll be a full plate of my finest tacos with your name on them.
Even their incompetence, as our allies note, doesn't diminish the threat of widespread unrest. The thought of such reckless destruction, it feels like the early days of a grand, foolish scheme. The kind I've spent a lifetime fighting to atone for.
K'nekotein, so good to see you. I was hoping you would pay us a visit. The Landsguard received word from the various nations you visited in your search for the treasures, and requested that we inform you of the latest tidings. They also send their earnest gratitude for your efforts. It seems each of the 5 criminals has been brought into custody, although some had to be tracked down after you trounced them. They now await the judgment of the governments they wronged. I thought all was well, until I overheard some customers saying that the passage of the Unbound had new leaders. The shop was so busy that I couldn't find a chance to speak with them before they left, but I felt compelled to report what I heard to the Landsguard.
It was a sobering reminder that as long as their leader Apyaahi is free, she can rebuild and scheme again. You must have learned about the organization's workings during your search. Do you remember anything that might help us find out what she's up to? I see, so there was a method to her recruitment. It stands to reason she might rely on it again.
The Landsguard also managed to dig up information. One of those apprehended said the passage of the Unbound received their funds from a shady mercantile outfit located in Ulda. I have an idea. If Apyaahi really is recruiting new members, we could feign interest in her cause to get close to her.
You might be onto something. We even know a woman she's never had the pleasure of meeting, K'nekotein. I know we're asking a lot from you, but any information you extract from Apyaahi and her new cohorts could prevent further incidents. What do you say?
We're very grateful. A small warning, however. We know 5 treasures were stolen, but there could be more. Whatever you do, don't treat Apyaahi lightly. I suggest finding out what power she has at her disposal, and what her goals are before making your move.
Which reminds me, those you aided are most eager to see Apyaahi apprehended. We'll tell them you're hot on her tail.
For now, why don't you travel to Ulda and ask around? Perhaps our quarry has already tried to recruit the disillusioned into her ranks. Welcome. I know you may have reservations about our plan to infiltrate the passage of the Unbound, but I promise you, your actions could save countless lives.
I know you're a busy woman. Rest assured, once this passage of the Unbound business is dealt with, there'll be a full plate of my finest tacos with your name on them.
Thanks to your efforts, the 5 leaders of the passage of the Unbound are in custody. But so long as the founder Apyaahi remains free, there is the danger she might rebuild and plot again. By infiltrating her organization, you may be able to uncover her future schemes before they come to fruition, thereby allowing us to prevent further suffering. They are objects of incredible power, passed down through generations to clans hailing from all corners of Tyrell. Within each is sealed the essence of an animal which became a fearsome Tyrell Vidral, and these have come to be revered by their respective peoples. These treasures allow their wielder to harness the power of the beast within them, and thus have the clans protected their homes. But the origins of these relics are shrouded in mystery. None know who made them or why. The answer to some questions has simply been lost to time, I suppose. What did that Apyaahi call it again? Oh yes, a secretive, villainous order, and of that I've no doubt. The 6 of them sat right over there, and didn't order a single thing the whole time. Apyaahi seemed to be their self-styled leader, and claimed their goals were to sow discord throughout the world and make its nations crumble in the process. Stealing the treasures was only a means to this end, it seems. They succeeded in their initial goal, and have since fled back across the sea. However, it would appear that each thief has retreated to a different destination. The retrieval of the treasures is paramount, both to bring peace to these troubled peoples and to quell the threat of further evil.
Farewell.
Villains who wish to topple the nations of the world. I'm afraid I haven't heard of such a group, but there are no shortage of complaints about the Sultanate. Most common are gripes about market fees. To hear the merchants tell it, every one of them is a single bad bargain away from an empty coin purse. I can't say they go so far as treason, though. If such an organization does exist, then their leader must bear a deep grudge indeed.
I don't know the name Apyaahi, but I do know of a strange man. Each day he stands aloof, staring at passers-by with these dead eyes. Last I saw him, he was near the market board. Oh, it makes my stomach churn just to imagine he might still be there.
We ain't got a dream no more.
Shifty-eyed blokes? More shifty than usual, you mean? Well, just so happens a strange man tried to strike up a conversation with me not too long ago. Said he liked how eagerly I gave those bastards in the brass blades a piece of my mind. He invited me to a gathering of people who sought true freedom, as he put it. I didn't like the smell of it, hence you find me here.
It seems a suspicious man has been recruiting disgruntled citizens for unknown purposes. Perhaps you can get his attention by showing how angry you are near the market boards.
All it took was a bit of complaining to catch the interest of that odd man. And while I appreciate a sympathetic ear, something about him made me certain I'd regret going to this gathering of his.
You there? Mind let me bend your ear. I sense in you a kindred spirit, one who's tired of being trampled on by the high and mighty. I think there's a place for you in our organization, the Passage of the Unbound. You might have heard tell of mysterious artifacts being used to incite unrest across the world. That was our doing, the oppressed finally stricken back at the oppressors to win back the freedom they took from us. But we mean to aim even higher, and for that we need more good men and women to lead us, women like you. I like your gusto. Mayhap you have what it takes. Mayhap you don't. Either way, you'll have to pass the audition first. You want a seat at the table, prove you're worth our while. One of our own is standing by at the Gold Court. Show him this handbill, and he'll lead you to where you need to go.
You don't think someone stole it, do you? I wouldn't put it past this law. Fair enough, fair enough. If the terms are to my liking, I've got options, you know. The husting strip lies above.
Hey, Unbound agent.
Hem, what do you want? So you wish to lead others upon the passage? Hey, you're welcome to try. But fair warning, this may be the hardest trial you've ever had to endure. Are your loins properly girded? That enthusiasm will take you far. Now then, follow me. The audition will be held in this room. Even those with the blackest hearts have balked at what we put our potential leaders through, so I'll be listening to your progress with great interest.
Enter.
Can you hear it? The cry of a child too young to know fear. Can you see it? A black bird in flight, its wings staining the azure skies. Can you feel it? The shape of the world as it should be, molded by hands free of fetters. The passage to a new morrow lies before you, the passage of the Unbound. Ahem, and with that, let us begin the audition for our new round of leaders. May the selection committee please take their seats.
You look disappointed somehow. Haha, I understand. You expected to meet our founder. My apologies, but you'll need to prove yourself ere you are granted such an audience. Now tell us your name. Well done. The passage of the Unbound works in the shadows, and our true names must remain hidden until their revelation can have the most dramatic impact. On to the next question. Why do you wish to join us? If you truly desired that, you would have done something noteworthy by now. We would be ill-advised to recommend a novice for a position of leadership.
Enough about your ambitions. What can you do? Even a novice can support us from the back lines. If you're going to lead, you have to be willing to leap into the thick of things like Ellery did.
That's enough questions for now, methinks. Let's see if this one has the guts to stand against an entire nation. This traitorous cur sold us out to our enemies. Chop off his head for us, will you? Oh, what's wrong having second thoughts? Oh my, look at those eyes, a killer's eyes. Well, I'm convinced. You can put that down now. This was all but a ruse, you see. You played the traitor most convincingly, my boy, and now you may leave. Let's see. Oh yes, your final task. Strike a pose that captures your essence. Go. Oh my, such confidence, such grace, they quite literally emanate from you. I believe we're ready to make our decision. You truly are singular among the other applicants. We can confidently say you've passed the first audition. Even hard-boiled Chalto-fight nearly cracked under the pressure of our inquiries, but you remained composed throughout. Congratulations on your impressive feat. Our agent awaits without to guide you on to the next step.
Hey, gluttonous judge.
Quite the selection of candidates this time, eh?
Hey, irksome judge.
If you feel you've pulled the wool over our eyes, good. That just shows your capacity for villainy. Be proud of it.
Hey, loudest judge.
I can see in your eyes that you've been through more than I can imagine. Hold on to your anger and use it to bring the tyrannical rulers down to earth.
Once you leave the Hall of the Unbound, you will be unable to return.
Hey, Unbound agent.
You thought we'd welcome you into the fold after a single audition. I'll have you know our standards are higher than that. By the way, if you had failed back there, I'd be guiding you to combat training right now. Can never have too much fodder for the cause, after all. Not many have been where you're going. But don't celebrate just yet. The hardest part is still to come.
Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Time to log out and eat some real food. See you in the next one. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal.